Hey, what is going on, guys? Minnie McCarthy here, and welcome to the next episode of Fractured Space for Dummies. Now, I'd like to apologise really quickly that this has taken me quite a while to bring out, but there is good reason. This is quite an important one. This is how to make your crews. I'm talking about the implants. So I was like, how am I ever going to do this? So, my plan is to do it across kind of 2 episodes. The first one, which is, I've just decided on the spot that this is the first one. In this, we're going to be talking about implants and kind of what the effects of each implant do to your different things, to your different cooldowns and various others. And then we're going to be talking in the next episode of how to build your crew based on your playstyle and your ship. So, let's get right into this. So first things first. Plus 0.8% attack damage. What does it do? Gives you more attack damage. It does more damage. If you ask some of the veterans, they'll say it sometimes double dips, which basically means that it'll apply the extra 0.8% and then add on another 0.8% for actual hull damage. So it'll double dip, to phrase that. But not many ships use that. Not a lot of people use damage, attack damage on their crews. Now moving on to the next one, fire rate. That's another one that doesn't get used too often. Can be useful on some ships. It used to be a useful one to have on the Ghost when its ambush ability was classed as attack, I think it was, or something like that, and you could actually get You get 2 rounds of rockets into one ambush, but now you can only get about 1.5. So, fire rate, you can use it, but it's not used much. Moving on to the next one. Missile range, you can see it on a Widow crew sometimes, but, it's kind of, with that on a Widow crew, it feels like press 4 to just ruin 5 implants on it. So obviously on Widow, you can increase your range of missiles to about 22k, which is cool if you've got people who don't know how to use PDS. If you do, then it's a waste of 5 implants. So, not used much either. Ramming damage, that's just a meme, basically. You'll see developers saying about ramming kills, and as satisfying as they are when you do get them, the implants are pretty useless, so don't bother with it. Moving on to the next one. Turret traverse, that's actually quite useful. That's one of the useful attack damage ones, or the attack ones, because you use it for Reaper and Interceptor. It can be quite useful because you're turning your turrets quicker. That's what it means, how quickly your turrets will turn to their different targets. There was a lot of T's in that, I'm surprised I did that. Moving on to your defense implants. 5% armor repair rate. This, if I remember correctly, now someone can correct me in the comments if they're a veteran or know this more than I do, but from what I understand, this is only at home base. This is not healers repairing your armour. So you can take it if you want to build, but there's some better defense implants than it. Moving on to the next one, 2.5% armour strength. Armour strength is useful. It's good. It's good to have, although still not one of the better. It's a good defensive one, but it's not that good. Broken armour damage is quite useful because this is another one of the implants. I'm pretty sure double dips. So it'll say it'll decrease the damage coming in, and once that's applied to your hull, or it's going to apply to your hull, it actually dips again and lowers it, so that's quite nice. Damage reduction, yet another one that double dips. You're going to hear the term double dips quite a lot, because this, it'll apply, so damage applies to your hull and your armour. So basically this is reducing damage by about 1% for every implant per damage. So say someone did 100 damage to you, it's technically reducing it by 2 damage because it's reducing it by 1 per armor, and 1 per hull. I hope that makes sense. If not, comment below, mention it. 200 hull strength, that's quite easy. Adds 200 hull strength to your ship, quite useful. I use it on Ranger, because, you know, Ranger's OP. 15% damage, jump damage reduction. Useful for jump crews, but, you know, it's not a necessity. You can use it, and it can be useful. It's got its place, I'll give it that. Next one. 10% station damage reduction. Don't use it. Well, actually, coming the newer modes, it might be a little bit more useful, but still, you can come up with better implants than that to use. But you can use it if you want. Capture rate does what it says. It increases your capture rate, obviously. So that means you just capture mines and that quicker. So it can be quite useful for a capture crew. Energy regen just helps your energy get up quicker. Quite useful on, well, it can be useful on Raven and Aegis because they're energy dependent pretty much. Forward thrust gives you more forward thrust, so you go a little bit faster. So I guess you can move across the sector a bit quicker than everyone else. So it's quite useful. Jump cooldown. This is not the actual jump time, so this is your cooldown on your jumps. So say you've got a 10 second cooldown on your home jump, then that'll reduce it by 2%. So you've got 8 seconds, no, not 8, you've got 9.8 seconds to wait. So that's not your actual jump prep, that's this one, the next one. Negative 2% jump prep is how long it takes from the time you start jumping to the time you have jumped. So that's useful on a jump crew. Really handy if you want to get out of tight spaces. But a lot of people in the community don't like jump crews because they're an easy escape in a way. I know people who use it on heavies, so, and the levy, which I do. Because, you know, jump prep is useful. People say it's slightly scummy, but, you know, fair enough. So, moving on to the next one. Utility. This is all the utility implants, by the way. Should have said that earlier. Plus 2.4% manoeuvring. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit confusing. Well, not confusing, but this is where you need to realise that strafing. So you know your Q and E keys, that's your strafe keys. This manoeuvring affects your Q, E, space and control keys. So that's your up, down, and strafing left and right. That's what manoeuvring affects, and they don't have turn rate beside it. Oh well. 4% repair efficiency, only really useful if you've got a dedicated healer on your side. It increases your healer's heals, but not armor repair rate. It's not, I wouldn't use it unless you're competitive and actually, like, you know, you've got a dedicated healer who is healing you mostly. Otherwise it's pretty useless. Center range lets you detect people further up in the sector. Well, sorry, not detect, it lets you be able to see and then, as in target, and they'll come up on your map further up in the sector. But personally I don't use it. Don't know why I added the crew member to here, but fair enough. Squad cooldown. Useful on Paragon and Ranger. Not Ranger. Do not use that on Ranger. Use it on Disruptor. So if your squad goes offline, so say fighters or something go offline, this just reduces the cooldown for them, so they'll be back quicker. Squad survival, this obviously increases your fighters' health, so it's good on Disruptor. Turn rate, this is your A and D keys, that's how quickly you turn round rather than strafe. Next one is utility cooldown. So say your jump beacon on Leviathan, that's affected by utility cooldown. It lowers your cooldown. It's useful on stuff like Hunter if you're wanting to blink around a lot. And finally, utility duration. This is how long something will last. So let me think. I don't think it applies to the jump beacon. I'd need to look at that, and I know Cats vs Ninjas did a whole thing on what utility cooldown or utility duration applies to, but utility duration is basically, I'm trying to think of a good example. Sentinel, its boost, how long it lasts, it'll increase it. So that's a run through of all the implants. Yet again, if I've messed up anything, which I probably have, let me know in the comments, whether you're a veteran or a new player with a question. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode, dummies.